Hey, it's your boy Serg Dragon, and welcome back to another speedrun edition of Impact Wrestling. We're gonna do August 25th, 25th, and September 1st of Impact Wrestling. Let's go! With me today is Chris Petrie.
Too sweet.
And Mike Henry.
If you're ready for an episode of the Heaven Sponsors Podcast, give me a hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
So the Heaven Sponsors Podcast, give me a hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
Let's talk about 2 more episodes of Impact Wrestling.
Let's start with the second half, or the second night of Emergence. Okay, we start the night.
Edwards versus RVD.
Yeah. Eddie Edwards goes and makes an open challenge on that night, and the one to accept it is none other than the one and only Rob Van Dam. You got that. I see you doing it too. Mikey. Although, if we're being honest, despite the fact that Rob Van Dam's history says that he would have been a major challenge for Eddie Edwards, he was. And ultimately, it took not, if I'm correct, it took not one, but 2 Boston knee. Yep. With a 5-star frog splash, laying out the legend with the Boston knee party. Oh, yeah. Apparently, he hit the 5-star frog splash, and it was an empty pool. That sucked. He hit it, missed. But hey, retaining the title with the Boston Knee Party, it would beat Eddie Edwards. Damn. So how do you feel about that, Chris?
Eddie Edwards had beat the legend of Rob Van Dam with Kenny Ford.
Mm-hmm. And before we get to Mikey's, I gotta say this. The Maniac, Eric Young, jumped Eddie Edwards prior to what he called him out last week. This is what I was thinking. I was thinking that he jumped him the night prior, but nope, he did not. So we get your 2 cents, Mikey.
Class ass son of a bitch, Eric Young blindsided the champ from behind and announced that he'll be answering Eddie Edwards' World Title Open Challenge. Unbelievable.
Mm-hmm.
Unbelievable.
Next, we have Wrestling House, where Taya Valkyrie is once again trying to unite the people, trying to figure out how they can get out of the place by having a toga party, and everybody's loving it. But the Deaners are still trying to figure out who took their beer the previous night. And they still have eyes on the big guys, Larry D, or otherwise known as Lawrence D, on the influence of Rosemary, the love potion, and AC Romero. So while everybody's partying, I don't know what the hell this is. Everybody knows the famous Karabakati tennis and C, right? Like, who? Who? I don't know who that is. Taya Valkyrie accidentally threw up on Crazy Steve. Oh, poor Steve. And Tommy made it known that 2 people were noticeably missing from the party. Rosemary and Larry D, which is why Johnny Bravo is off pounding in his room. Oh, and somehow Johnny Swinger got it in everybody's head that they needed to throw powder in people's face as a tradition of some sort. Well, it backfired, and apparently Crazy Steve is blind? Before he got powder in his eyes, he was already blind. So they made it a blindfold match. And what does Tommy Dreamer say?
Match time.
There you go. Oi, bueno. What do you say, Chris?
Match time.
There you go. Gotta hear you because of that speaker on your end. I don't know what's going on. You're the only one that does that. Once you say something, that noise goes away. So then we got Crazy Steve and a clown horn distracting Johnny Swinger, and throughout the entire match, Crazy Steve, much like Jake the Snake Roberts against Rick Martel at WrestleMania 7. What? What are they talking about?
No comment on that one.
WrestleMania 7? I don't know. Don't hear much about WrestleMania 7. Don't know why. So, unfortunately for Swinger, he crowded was a group of wrestlers who hated him. They tricked him into running into a turnbuckle, and Steve rolled him up for the schoolboy. Alright, let's skip that part. Backstage, Eddie Edwards was looking for Eric Young. We then cut to Nated for Bound for Glory will take place in October 24th later this year. The ad focused around the shattered mind of Eric Young. Yeah, how is it Eric Young is getting this imagery for Bound for Glory?
No comment. No.
Rhino then challenges Rito Scum to a match, a tag team match, demanding that the fans tweet #Heat for Impact so that he could be in the tag team match with his buddy Heath to take on Rito Scum. We then get a promo of Heath Slater then saying that to the fans, like, let me help my buddy, because next week, if you could get me to Heath for Impact, I'll be there backing up my buddy. If not, he'll be in a 2-on-1 situation. So what do you think about that? Go ahead, Mikey.
Sign him. He's got kids. Sign the damn guy.
You, Chris?
Sign him, Scott. Sign him.
What about you, Chris?
Yeah, they had to do the right thing to sign Heat for Impact. In the arena, he can help Rhino fight the Dorito Scum.
Okay. Next, we have Eddie Edwards coming down to the ring, demanding that Eric Young come to the ring, revealing that he was happy to put his title on the line. Young came to the stage with a microphone in hand to say that it would be on his time, not Eddie Edwards. His time. I'm gonna cut that and anything else that was mentioned. Of course, you know Eddie Edwards jumped his ass. You know he did. He said, I wasn't gonna wait. I'm gonna jump your ass.
All hell broke loose.
Uh-huh. By the sound of it, Eddie Edwards gets the face into the stage, and Young is laughing it up. Yeah. So next we got Rohit Raju is the new Impact X Division champion, and was interviewed backstage as to what he plans on doing with the title. He's handing out title shots. The question is, who can defeat Rohit? Really?
No clue.
Nah, he's been on a massive losing streak until winning the title. So, better question: who can't beat Rohit? Rohit. Who can't beat Rohit? That's a sad day, considering his record right now. Always being the bottom of the barrel. Right now, he's one of the top. I'm gonna defeat.
Maybe TJP or Rents for the Rascals or Dre.
Sounds good to me.
We'll have to wait and see.
Madison Rain hosts another episode of Locker Room Talk, in which the Rascals, Diz and Wentz, are there. But if I remember correctly, we had, Ace Austin and Madman Fulton entered the fray, and it was a no-fight zone prior to Madison Rain's mention. So Ace Austin is definitely messing with their heads, and they said, I can't. Dex is like, I can't do this. I can't do this. Yo, Went. And Went is like, it's like, Diz,
Who the hell invited those two?
Madison Rain?
I'm not talking about dance ones. I'm talking about those two devious scumbags, Ace Austin and Matt Fulton.
Madison Rain!
Why the bleep would she hire those two scumbags?
I don't know.
The two scumbags that trying to piss off the Good Brothers, Gallows and Anderson.
Yeah, they got their dues at the first night of Emergence.
Bastards.
I heard that, Chris.
What?
Oh, that was Mikey who said that? Okay, Mikey, I heard you. I thought it was Chris. You said bastards. I thought it was Chris who said that.
No, that was not. That was me. I said both Ace Austin and Matt Fulton are nothing but two bastards. Unbelievable.
Yeah, fun fact, the whole time, Des and Wince were talking about plants and trees, and Madison Rain's like, "Oh, you have a garden up there?" Like, no, no, I don't want to know. I don't want none of that.
Wait a minute. Plants and trees? What the bleep?
Talking about that weed, bro. They were talking about that weed.
What the bleep?
You know what they smoking? They know. You know what they is. You know they is. Madison Rain don't want none of that. I don't blame her. Sami Callihan wants to face Rob Van Dam next week after Emergence.
It's gonna be bad blood. Bad blood.
Okay, moving on to the next page on this. Here you go.
Next up, you got EC3. Destroying this town is the only way I'll be free.
Yep. He sends that message to Moose saying he'll send him a piece of that title piece by piece. Thing is, he can't get rid of the title, he said. You notice that? He said that he wants to get rid of the title, but he can't let go of it. So he's going to have Moose try and take it from him. So he's going to take it a piece by piece. Like, what piece are they talking about? You're going to cut it up like Brody Lee did on Impact with the old teen title?
Who cares?
That's what I'm thinking. Yep. The title has made Moose Mr. Impact, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, I believe Moose is running around, asking people, where's EC3? Where is he? I gotta report a felony. I gotta report a kidnapping. What? He told my title. Like, like, what the hell is this guy's problem? Next, we have Brian Myers versus Willie Mack. Big Moonsaw by Willie Mack. What? Brian Millers defeats Willie Mack. How'd he do it, Chris? How'd he do it? How'd he? By starting. No, Brian Millers won.
Oh, I think Schoolboy or World Up, or just the pen. I don't know.
Let me check. It says here a step up. Inseguri also saw Mac barely. Oh, it went down a bit. Kick out in time. Myers talked a bit too much trash and was knocked with a right hand, and he avoided urging through and caused Mac with a pin. Caught him with a pin, holding the tight. Oh, he had the tights. The cheater. Most professional. Bullshit. Back to Wrestling House, in which Cousin Jake figured out what happened to Larry D, the cologne, the sports jacket. He had been Stefaned. It was an Impact Wrestling style Family Matters affair. Rosemary was about to go on a date with the now Larry D. It's funny. They mentioned Family Matters with Steve Harco.
Who did?
What do you call it? Jake Diener. And Cody Diener actually said, yeah, Family Matters. And they that. So they're going on a date, blah, blah, blah. In which case, Johnny Bravo slapped Larry D or Lawrence D and woke him up to become Larry D. And you know the deal.
You mean Lawrence D?
No, Lawrence D. And you know the deal, Mikey. Tommy Dreamer came in and shouted,
"Mass time!"
Woohoo! So we had a match between Larry D and Johnny Bravo. You know that match went quick. Bam!
Lawrence D, not Larry.
Well, Larry D whooped Johnny Bravo's ass. It wasn't Lawrence. He woke him out of Lawrence and put him back into Larry. Damn, that match was graded a D negative. Damn. After the match, Rosemary checked on Bravo, and when Taya Valkyrie drunkenly stumbled into the scene, he admitted he was in Impact Wrestling Knockouts champion. Valkyrie then blamed Rosemary for all this, claiming Rosemary was jealous of her. So he finally said that Rosemary likes him, and he likes Rosemary. And Taya Valkyrie's like, "You are hiding this from me? Fight you next week."
You just wait. Just wait till our next video rant.
Oh, we're doing it right next. I told you we were doing a speed run. The winner takes all match. In other words, whoever wins takes Johnny Bravo. Between Rosemary and Taya Valkyrie.
Two arch rivals.
How do you feel about that, Chris?
Great.
You, Mikey?
Crazy, I guess.
So here we go. The main event would be involving the Knockouts Championship title between the defending Deonna Purrazzo and the challenging rematch former Knockouts champion Jordynne Grace in a 30 women Knockouts Iron Women's match. Let's go. So ultimately, from what I'm just going to skip to the end. It was a long match, and these women straight up tried their best to get one single fall. What? No? Here we go. Jordynne Grace gets the first fall. Defeat with a pinfall with a submission. Second fall belongs to Deonna Purrazzo with a pinfall on Jordynne Grace. And the third fall is where, once again, we would see both arms of Jordynne Grace pulled up behind her in a very uncomfortable way. The same way she won at Slammiversary. She won with the final fall, which counts for 2 falls in that 30 women's Iron Women's match for submission. So retaining her title is Deonna Purrazzo.
The second fall got everybody pissed off when the referee was knocked down. That freaking Purrazzo had the audacity of whacking Jordynne Grace with a title belt, and just like that, he tied it up with just around 60 seconds to go, and then it came down to the wire. Purrazzo locked in that submission hold, the Fuji War armbar, and the clock kept figuring to go to 0, and this spot goes to such at overtime, but no. Jordynne Grace had to tap out just before time ran out.
I got the next show from last week. Say again?
Oh, God. Like I said, Jordynne Grace, no business tapping out the submission hold with about 5 seconds left.
Yep.
The match should have gone to sudden death overtime. No. Now, Deonna Purrazzo has to focus on the new number 1 contender, Kylie Ray.
That's if she gets to fight her, though. They're still stuck at the wrestling house dimension.
Mm-hmm.
Your thoughts, Chris?
Too bad for Jordynne Grace. She's back in the line. Now, who's next to fight Deonna Purrazzo?
Like I said, it's up to Kylie Ray if she could make an escape plan.
We'll have to see, because right now we got 20 minutes on the recording. Let's go ahead and speed run this real quick. All right. So first up, a shout out to our fellow brethren of the Heavens Monsters podcast, Xavier Hill, Mike Henry, and Andre Mitchell. A link to their 3 YouTube channels will be in the description down below, as always. And a remaining shout out to Chris, T-Money, Renee, Farrell, and Delvin. Let's go. September 1st, let's go with the Impact Wrestling. First, we have the announcement that the main event on that night would be Eddie Edwards versus Eric Young for the title, the Impact title on the line. Whoa. Let's go. Sami Callihan goes one-on-one with RVD. In which case, RVD is definitely scaring them by pushing and shoving Rob Van Dam right off the beginning of the match, and Katie Forbes is on the run.
Oh my god.
Let me skip. Results. The results are that Sami Callihan defeated Rob Van Dam via pinfall. A hanging cutter nearly put the ECW legend away as Sami Callihan set up for a cactus special. That means power driver. Yep. Forbes ran in for another distraction. Callihan again fell for it. However, when Rob tried to go for a pin, he was rolled up instead with a sunset flip. Ooh, that sounded painful. Your thoughts? Well, let's do this. Oh, fun fact. Sami Callihan after the match was attacked by the couple. So this is far from done.
The couple?
Yeah. Rob Van Dam and Katie Forbes.
Oh.
Yeah, the couple. Right now, they're the only couple if you don't count Alicia Edwards and Eddie Edwards. Right? So, going on that, we also have backstage, Rito Scum meet up with Hernandez, hoping to get the rest of the cash after he stacked it even more with the win over Falaba. So he says, if you could take out Rhino, this water cash is all yours, because that's what they wanted. They wanted the whole thing. So I don't know. Did we get Heath? Well, apparently he was not in the building because Rito Scum looked all over the place. Next up, we have a dare. So, thanks to the match, the blindfold match, that Crazy Steve won over Johnny Swinger, he said that they would do a flip. That was what the whole match was about too. A wardrobe flip. If Johnny won, he would dress up Crazy Steve, or vice versa. Crazy Steve won that match, so he got to dress him up as a crazy clown. And they said, how long do I have to be like this? As long as it takes. Like what? So in the wrestling house, we would have Rosemary go up against Taya Valkyrie. And everybody is wondering, how is this going to end? And he's not talking about it right now. Blah, 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 blah. Okay. Next, we have Rito Scum versus Rhino on a 2-on-1 handicap match. Because due to what they said, it was true. Impact Wrestling had not signed Heath. Which case, so it was a 2-on-1 situation. And then later on, Heath showed up and helped his buddy. But then I'm like, so what? Didn't Rhino win? Rhino defeated Rito Scum via pinfall on the ring. With the help, of course, of Heath Slater. Heath. I used to call him Slater, but his ass not in his name no more. It's just Heath. Marcus. Something like that.
Heath Phillips.
In which case, management had to come out with security to escort him. He bailing. Heath is bailing. Hashtag Heath for Impact, people. Come on.
He's got you.
Next, we got Moose backstage discovering I don't know what the hell you call this.
This is my games.
Yeah, but it's a type of wall. It's a connection wall. In which case, he's looking at all this and he's like, okay, I know where you're going. I know where you're going. I know where to find you. He's playing mind games for sure.
Yeah, I know what it feels like to be helpless. I know what it feels like to have something stolen from you. But EC3 is offering Moose opportunity to reclaim the title.
In which case we have Moose talking to this guy saying, "Do you know what EC is? 3 is?" I'm like, "No, I don't know." And he pulls out a shirt showing the new merchandise of EC3. Like, he's an insider. Okay, let me see here what it says. The Good Brothers were backstage sharing some good stories with the crew until the Rascals showed up and he couldn't stick around for any stories for their match on Impact later on. So it'd be the Rascals versus the Good Brothers. Oh, okay. Bye. We're back at the wrestling house where it's once again the Deaners trying to find out with Triple LX. And they're trying to find out who stole the beers. And they're saying, you know what? We have the truths. Screw the truths. We're fighting. And it's not even match time. It's just a straight up brawl. Until finally they find one beer under the bed of Larry D, who gets smacked and is turned into Lawrence D. And he goes and sprayed a perfume in Jake Deaner's face, and he goes, oh. Does the same with his own partner. He goes, oh.
It was his ring rust.
Yep, his ring rust scent. Disgusting. Ultimately, it would end with freaking
Susie.
Yeah, Susie. She looks at him and says, "You broke the trust," and she starts poltergeisting there. And it's 1 second to the next. All you see is her coming out of the room, still glitching, and then coming back. And Tommy Dreamer's like, "Hey, what?"
It was blood.
Nah, hold up on that. He goes and says, "What happened?" "Oh, nothing. They just finished their match, their fight." Oh, he goes and looks in the room. He's like, "Oh, what the hell? I guess the winner is Susie." And he's like, "Oh, she's got blood on her hand." Nope. Susie fucked them up. You know Susie did. Whoops. You know Susie fucked them up. And they still didn't figure out who took the beer. So we'll talk about that later for sure. It says here, Susie defeated Triple XL and the Deaners, and the match was graded A+ by this website. Next, we got Ace Austin and Madman Fulton versus the Rascals, Dez and Wentz. Due to their loss against the Good Brothers previous night, they were looking to redeem themselves, taking on the Rascals. But the Rascals defeated them, and after that, the tag team champions, Motor City Machine Guns, were mentioning that they accepted their open invitation at Summiversary, and the titles weren't exactly on the line, but they do respect them and said, "You want another match?" And they agreed, they did. So they're going to have another match for the tag team championships. Later on, it's going to be the Motor City Machine Guns defending their titles against the Rascals. How you feel about that, Chris?
I wish it was the Good Brothers, the Machine Gun, Carl Anderson, and Dark Gallows.
You, Mikey?
Ace Austin and Madman Fulton got the ass whooping they deserve.
Mm-hmm. We then got Rahit Raju talking with TJP, saying that Rahit said he was happy to make that happen for a title shot with TJP. However, Chris Bay still has his rematch. So we'll see about that, he says. I'm like, okay. Finally, we have the match between Rosemary and Taya Valkyrie with none other than Johnny Bravo as the official referee. Ultimately, in this match, Taya Valkyrie won. I'm going to say that right now. And Rosemary and, Mikey, Rosemary said that it didn't go as we planned. We didn't see Johnny Bravo bend the knee and actually pull out a ring. He pulled out a ring. And he said, why? We lost. Yeah. I don't have no problem Taya Valkyrie being her Taya Valkyrie's manager. But I would like to have Rosemary as my wife, he says.
Oh, hell.
And everybody's like, say yes, say yes, say yes. And they all see Taya Valkyrie walk up and like, it's dead silent. Like, what you gonna say? What you gonna say? Say yes. Yeah, I'm fine with it. So Rosemary then agrees. We're gonna have finally, after such a long time, we're gonna have a Impact Wrestling wedding. Cause she said it. You do realize I'm a devil, right? Johnny Bravo. Oh. He said, that's what I like about you. Yeah, baby. Yeah.
So he's gonna marry a devil. Unbelievable.
Oh, God.
And Kylie Ray is thrilled.
Yeah, we're about to go over the 4 gigabytes of recorded. That's fine. I have no problem editing this later. I got some stuff to upload anyway. Next we have Impact Wrestling premieres at Deonna Purrazzo's Black Tie Affair. Pretty much just her having a party in her title defense at Emergence. In which case, she goes and makes fun of people saying that this is not how she wanted to have her black tie assortment with these people, like commoners and shit. And she was hoping Jordynne Grace would not interfere. She even had Kimberly as her attendant or whatever the fuck you want to call it. And Jordynne Grace did interfere, but she didn't come out there to say bad things. She said good things. She beat her at Slammiversary. She beat her at Emergence, and she wanted to give her congratulations on her title. That's basically her saying, I'm coming for that title still. And then we got the return of Tenella Dashwood.
It's all about Emma.
Yeah. You mean about her? Her name is Tenella Dashwood.
Yeah.
Tenella Dashwood.
Tenille. Thank you.
The last time she has been on Impact was April against Taya Valkyrie. That was the last time Tenille was here on Impact. But since then, she's been staying home doing that quarantine.
Yeah. In which case, Jordynne Grace, she's thinking the party's for her. And like, oh, you funny. And Jordynne Grace is all up in her face saying, you haven't even been here. How can you actually say it's your show if you haven't even been here? And that's when everything was about to get hot and heavy, and all of a sudden, bam! Everybody showed back up from the wrestling house. I was like, damn! They showed up at a perfect time, because the number 1 contender, Kylie Ray, is back, Jack! And everybody's fighting, everybody's getting the hell beaten out of them. And then it's Taya Valkyrie and Susie left in the ring, and they're all best friends and everything. And all of a sudden, Susie's pointing at the title, and she doesn't see it until she does. And she's like, oh, I got the title. Oh, I got the title. Here, have it. He gives it back to Deonna. And she says, I'm number 1 contender. So, Mikey, you definitely got your hopes. You got your definitely hopes. Yeah.
But my question is, where? Hopefully, Bound for Glory, it'll be Kylie Ray versus Deonna Purrazzo.
Yeah, that's next month. We in September. That's next month on the 24th. October.
Yeah, like I said, come October 24th, it'll be Kylie Ray versus Deonna Purrazzo. Let's see what happens next month.
You, Chris, what do you think?
Deonna Purrazzo versus Kylie Ray. I would like to see that match. Bound for Glory for the title.
Yeah, buddy. Speaking of titles, it's the main event, boys.
Hold on, go back. GM Miller interviews Brian Myers, a.k.a. Kurt Hawkins, on his victory over Willie Mack.
Eh.
And then gets interrupted by Moose because he's still going after that title that was stolen by EC3.
My title is stolen. It's been kidnapped.
Who cares?
Nobody.
Douche need to grow up.
Moose douche. Alright then. It's the main event between Eddie Edwards defending his title against Eric Young. So, straight up, Eddie Edwards grabs the title belt and it's a red herring. I didn't understand what that meant, but a red herring is like a distraction for the referee to actually pull the title out of the arena so that he could take his mask, which we thought was just a regular cloth mask. No, it's a hockey mask. That means it's got some sort of plastic hard surface. He goes and swings that thing off the face of Eddie Edwards inside his head. On the side, not inside. The side of his head. And then goes for the pile driver. And he gets the win. Ladies and gentlemen, after a long time, your new Impact Wrestling Champion, Eric Young. And now we understand why Bound for Glory is focusing on Eric Young, because he's going in the Impact World Champion. Fuck. That was a fucking hint. Get your 2 cents, Mikey.
Oh my God, where should I begin? Where the bleep should I begin? I cannot believe that Eddie Edwards would lose that time to that class-ass son of a bitch, Eric Young, the man who's responsible of sending Rich Swann into retirement. And now look what he's got. The Impact World title. And now the question is, who's next in line for his title?
Chances are it's a title rematch with Eddie Edwards.
Oh, well, like I said, if Eddie doesn't win, he's got to get the back of the line. So this is Eddie Edwards' last chance.
You, Chris?
That psychopath had beat Eddie Edwards, and with the power driver he always used to put people in the hospital. But after the match was over, Eric Young wasn't done. He was trying to injure Eddie Edwards, grabbing his legs and trying to injure him.
Yeah.
Or the referee came out trying to stop it.
He did the same thing. He was doing the same thing he did to Rick Swann, trying to end his career.
Son of a bitch.
Wait. And this other information is what we covered earlier about Moose being sent a message. And I guess it's a room with ACT logo. Serious photos providing ACT been stalking him. Stalking. It's a stalking photo. Wall. At the end, he peeled piece by piece, understanding where he's going to be. And at the end of everything being peeled, it's a 3-piece piece of paper saying, "You've been warned. You have been warned." Trouble. So, Anything I missed, boys?
No, let's just wrap it up because it's almost met.
Alright, boys. You like this video, give it a thumbs up. You didn't, give it a thumbs down. Hit the subscribe button, like the content. Hit that notification bell for the next Heaven's Monsters podcast. I'm Serg. This is Chris. This is Mikey. Tell them what's up.
And that's the bottom line. Because the Heaven's Monsters podcast crew said so. And the next podcast will be Monday Night Raw tomorrow with you and, of course, T-Money.
Last week, I gotta watch Monday Night Raw tonight on Labor Day. Alright, boys. Peace out. Bye.